everybody. Welcome to the Green Giant Podcast. I am Green Giant, and this is the podcast, guys, where we talk about a bunch of stuff: gardening, life, health, and growing in general. We want to grow in general, and that's the way we grow, is by learning every day and, just listening instead of talking. So let's get into the show guys. Today, I just want to thank everybody for coming in. Thank you, guys. They like that intro. That intro brings them in. Welcome to the podcast. I am Green Giant, and this is the I Am Green Giant podcast. Thank you guys all for coming and watching today and checking out the show. And, let's exchange advice and let's talk about gardening and growing and getting ready for the summer. Grow big or grow home, guys. Let a couple of more people get here. Who's ever watching, thank you so much for chiming in. And we'll get to the show in a minute, and we'll show some clips and videos of what we're doing to get ready. Let's take a little 30-second countdown. And who's ever here, drop a comment for shout-outs. Thank you guys so much. Let's do a 30-second countdown. Let's go, everybody. It is Wednesday. It is hump day, guys. It is the 5th, and we are in 2025 of the growth season, and we are going to be talking about amending soils and finishing up this episode 1. And this is episode 1, season 1, so stand by. We're going to be going over soils, but we're going to step into what we were talking about earlier in the week, and what we're going to do later on as we use all these methods and put them together so we can use them for success. A couple of these methods we're going to be putting together is the 5 key elements of earth, wind, soil, heat. Those are going to be your main key elements of life, guys. So when I mean your main key elements are, how healthy your soil is, how healthy your microbes are, and if you're feeding everything right, you got the right lighting, you should be set up for success. In this video right here, I have some bones and egg shells and oyster shells, and I'm gradually, it takes a while, but put on safety glasses, I'm breaking it all down. So guys, on season 1, I would like to go over amending our soil preparation, and then we're going to go over germination, guys. We're going to be going over, everybody germinates seeds differently. A great way to germinate pepper and tomato seeds is actually in a paper towel. But some vegetables and stuff that have bigger tap roots, you don't want to pop them in paper towel. You want to go from shot glass or directly in soil. So let's get back to amending our soil, guys. And what I was making for the soil was bone meal and biochar. Now, that was just an example. I scooped up about a good 3 or 4 handfuls off the ground, and that was sprinkled in the soil and in the beds. Remember, it's not completely burned. It's not ashes. It's halfway burned. Biochar, biodegradable and char. So if you burn it all the way, you lose a little bit of the effect. So we're talking about amending soils, guys, getting your outdoor soils ready for your gardening, for your tomatoes and your vegetables. Then we'll be talking about germination, and the best way we should be able to germinate would be putting the seed into a glass of water with a couple of drops of peroxide. I wanted to get this season 1 started off on a good note with episode 1, explaining to you guys soil and seed popping. Very critical if you're going to do organics. Very critical. Couple of more videos here, what it looks like when it's a little more broken down. So they're broken down, guys. You see the powder, the fine powder underneath right here. Very good. And I'll show you guys, you put them right side up and you get it to a nice powder. Oyster shells, very critical. Very, very critical for oyster shells, guys. Especially when you make them to a powder, the nutrients is readily available. There's NPK in those shells, actually. And actually, eggshells, too, have a lot of, I can't get the name right now. It's the white nutrients that is underneath the ground that is harvested. Phosphorus? Yeah. Eggshells have a lot of phosphorus in it, and it's good for farming, agriculture. So powdered eggshells, let's hear what this sounds like. What's up, everybody? Let's see. Yeah. So yeah, those are the amending videos, and like I said, we're gonna get to seed trays, explaining to you guys how to pop a seed tray, the best type of soil or cocoa to use in a seed tray. I prefer organic. I prefer old soil, so there's no nutrients in it at all. It's been completely depleted. There's no reason to have nutrients because seeds have enough nutrients, guys. And by that meaning, within 15 days of when you buy your plants, even at Home Depot, garden centers, Lowe's, majority of the time they've probably been grown indoor with lights, and they've been gave fertilizer so they could survive. Let's see, do I have any more videos here? So they're broken down, guys. You see the powder, the fine powder underneath right here. very good. And I'll show you guys, you put them right side up and you get it to a nice powder. That's making oyster shell meal. Also bones, that's to feed the garden. You crush them up. You can actually crush up eggshells and eat them like as a person. Like if you wash your eggshells, there's so much calcium, there's so many different vitamins, there's phosphorus, NPK, niacin. So those people that you do see videos crushing up eggshells and putting them in a little blender, that's real. And putting them in a smoothie, that's real. And it's the same concept of when someone eats a whole egg, but you want to wash the shell off because the shells can have salmonella. So, but it's the same concept. An egg has a lot of protein and nutrients in it, and the shells are great for the garden. Eggshells are going to be a top nutrients. If you're outdoor and you're throwing away your eggshells and you decide, even if you have a plant outside on your porch, grind up some eggshells and give it some eggshells and see what happens. So we amended all the tomato plants with eggshells, grinded up bone meal. There's some crab shells in there. It was a lot of different things that were in there. I didn't use chicken bones this time, but you can use chicken bones. I like to dry them and let them sit in the sun for like 3 to 6 months because they become really brittle and they're easier to break down. And you'll see the brown bone marrow, which when you buy a bag of nutrients when you go to the store and you decide to buy plant food, chances are there's going to be, if it's organic, some type of bone or blood meal in the bag. Thank you guys for watching. Who's ever watching, I appreciate it, guys. Drop a comment. Also, coffee grinds. I have a video that we did coffee grinds too. We amended it with coffee grinds because it's still, you still want to give it some nitrogen when you put your plants outside in the yard. At least I do. You know. Those are crushed shells, but those were chunks. I actually threw a couple of spoons of powder in there. Because I didn't sift that. I was just doing that for the video. But you can put decent size in there as long as you're not sticking your hand in there. And the plant will actually break it down over time. It will decompose faster if it's a powder and the plant has it more readily available. But I broke a lot of it down to a powder, basically, a lot of it. And I top dressed, and then I watered tonight, and then I'll water again in the morning, and then it evaporates, and then I repeat that process. And before you know it, we should have some tomatoes. We have about 10 or 15 zucchini flowers already and squash flowers. Okay guys, this is the biochar right here. I just don't burn the wood all the way to charcoal, let it have some carbon left. And this is the bone meal with the oyster shell powder. Also has egg shells, crab shells in here, guys. Lobster shells. This is going out to our organics. You can sift it, take out all the big particles. Okay guys, this is the biochar right here. I just don't burn the wood all the way to charcoal, let it have some carbon left. And this is the bone meal with the oyster shell powder. Also has egg shells, crab shells in here guys, lobster shells. This is going out to our organics. You can sift it, take out all the big particles. And that's the way it's done. That's the easiest way to DIY your own nutrients, guys. Anyone who is watching this podcast after the recording, please hit the like, subscribe, share button, leave a comment. I just appreciate all you guys watching. We've had a lot of great comments. So thank you guys so much for watching. And the next couple of episodes, we're going to get into talking about um, popping, getting your seeds ready, sowed seeds and regular seeds, what different types of seeds, if you guys know the different terms of a seed that's sowed, um, even a seed that's sanded, different types of seeds that can be prepped, sowed seeds that are ready to be planted. So if anyone knows what sowed seeds are, you guys can leave a comment down there. So I just wanted to say, thank you guys for watching. And anybody who watches the stream afterwards, which a bunch of people usually do, thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment. It helps. It helps. It supports the channel. So, and if you guys want to give me any advice or criticism, hey, creative criticism is always accepted. And that's, part of the game. So thank you guys so much again for watching. And we'll do a little more video here. Thank you for coming in. I'm going to show you what we were doing. Okay, guys, this is the biochar right here. I just don't burn the wood all the way to charcoal, let it have some carbon left. And this is the bone meal with the oyster shell powder. Also has egg shells, crab shells in here, guys, lobster shells. This is going out to our organics. You can sift it, take out all the big particles. In this video right here, I have some bones and egg shells and oyster shells, and I'm gradually, it takes a while, but put on safety glasses, I'm breaking it all down. So they're broken down, guys. You see the powder, the fine powder underneath right here. Very good. And I'll show you guys, you put them right side up. And you get it to a nice powder. This is the oyster meal, guys. This is kind of how you want it right here. Really fine granules. This is the bone meal, crab meal, and I added biochar, which is halfway burned wood right here. So this is what it should look like. Take out all your big chunks and use this. It's like gold, full of minerals. This is the oyster meal, guys. This is kind of how you want it right here. Really fine granules. This is the bone meal, crab meal, and I added biochar, which is halfway burned wood right here. So this is what it should look like. Take out all your big chunks and use this. It's like gold, full of minerals. Okay guys, back at the garden here. I wanted to do a quick video, show you guys how nice the little tomato plants are growing, my flat, and I wanted to show you I made some biochar. And what you do is you don't burn it all the way, but you kind of break this down now and you throw that in your soil. Yo, yo, I'll be right back. We're taking a pause for the cause, and there's some more videos. So thank you guys for watching. Be right back. We're taking a pause for the cause. I have to do one thing, and I'll be right back. Stay tuned, and I got some clips I'm going to drop. Ask a question, leave a comment. I am Green Giant. Yo, yo. I'll be right back. Leave a comment. I am Green Giant podcast. We talk about gardening and cooking, and do a lot of DIYs. So we're just here waiting for the chat to build up. So if you're new here, like, subscribe, hit that. We're trying to get to 1K. So give me 1 minute, and there'll be some people here. We'll be asking a couple of questions, showing some clips. I'll be showing you a couple of things about fixing your soil and making free soil, basically out of biochar leaves. You can make your own soil and compost. We're going to be going over that. We're going to be going over making your own compost and soil. We'll also be going over making your own soil, guys, and we're going to be going over getting free seeds from the store and growing free food. And if that doesn't sound good, maybe I'm just a foodie for life, but free seeds and free food sounds great to me from different vegetables that I like that you can buy at the produce store. So when you buy a pepper, plant all the seeds. Put some music on, guys. Give me 1 second. Give me a 1 minute countdown, and I'll be right back. So they're broken down, guys. You see the powder, the fine powder underneath right here. Very good. And I'll show you guys, you put them right side up. And this is the oyster meal, guys. This is kind of how you want it right here. Really fine granules. This is the bone meal, crab meal, and I added biochar, which is halfway burned wood right here. So this is what it should look like. Take out all your big chunks and use this. It's like gold, full of minerals. In this video, so they're broken down, guys. You see the powder, the fine powder underneath right here. Very good. And I'll show you guys, you put them right side up. And you get it to a nice powder. In this video, right here, I have some bones and egg shells and oyster shells, and I'm gradually, it takes a while, but put on safety glasses, I'm breaking it all down. This is the oyster meal, guys. This is kind of how you want it right here. Really fine granules. This is the bone meal, crab meal, and I added biochar, which is halfway burned wood right here. So this is what it should look like. Take out all your big chunks and use this. It's like gold, full of minerals. So they're broken down, guys. You see the powder, the fine powder underneath right here. Very good. And I'll show you guys, you put them right side up. And you get it to a nice powder. In this video right here, I have some bones and egg shells and oyster shells, and I'm gradually, it takes a while, but put on safety glasses, I'm breaking it all down. Okay guys, this is the biochar right here. I just don't burn the wood all the way to charcoal, let it have some carbon left. And this is the bone meal with the oyster shell powder. It also has egg shells, crab shells in here, guys. Lobster shells. This is going out to our organics.
What's good, bro? What is good, man? How you doing? Give me 1 second here. How are you? Cheers. So yeah, I was doing I'm going over this episode 1, season 1 of biochar and getting the soil ready, and we're gonna be starting to go over germination and feeding. First dude, yo, thank you for coming in, man. So yeah, we're gonna go over feeding.
some fish emulsion, and I don't know if I'm going to use molasses if it's really necessary. That's just my point of view for this outdoor, because I don't want to bring a lot of bugs. So I'm not going to use molasses unless I have any problems. I'm not going to add molasses. So if that kind of makes sense, because the soil has had molasses last year outdoor. I grew tomatoes and peppers, so I don't feel like it needs it again. And we're going to go over feeding the fish emulsion. The only thing is the cats and the bugs, animals, my dog, they all love it. They all love the fish emulsion. But it's great for the plants. And it helps bring my water up to 650 when I mix all my nutrients and I'm a little shy. I know I can add a little bit of that Alaskan fish fertilizer and bring it up to about 6.3 or even 6. It's usually where I've been getting at. 4.6, 3.8. So I just want to, go over a couple of those topics with everybody. Thank you for coming and sticking around the other night pretty late. I figured I'd stream. I was up. I couldn't sleep. Tonight's going to be kind of a quick one, but we're also going to I want to go over a couple of things like germination, environment, heat and growth and environment. If you have your environment dialed in right, you're going to have good growth. And same thing outside. If you plant your seeds too early, like I probably did, my outdoor tomato plants may get stunted. They may not. But some of the little ones that are still popping up are struggling. The bigger ones already made it. They've developed roots. The smaller ones are still struggling because it's still kind of chilly. But timing is everything. Environment is everything. Warmth is anything. Nothing can beat an indoor controlled environment no matter what. Most vegetables you process that get to the store that have been processed or picked, even grown by a machine, even the apples and the pears sometimes, whatever it is, broccoli, vegetables, lettuce, they're started in a greenhouse. They're started in a greenhouse. Days apart from each other. Do plants catch up with other plants? Yeah, some plants can catch up, sure. Sure, they sure can. Some of them can. Yep. I have a tomato plant, 2 of them that's been growing together. The one that was next to it was probably half its size. Now they're almost both the same size. So it caught up. This one has been inside my tent. I've been growing a zucchini and a tomato plant inside the tent. And goal is to get a zucchini out of it. Yep, humidity and also VPD, exhaust. If it's in a tent, you can have reverse pressure deficit and you can have some suction. Even if it's in a room, you can have a fan in a wall, or it's kind of like when you suction and close a door, you're relieving the humidity. That's really good to do because you don't have no powdery mildew, no mold. Your plants are really happy. There's natural VPD and pressure outside. When the wind goes by, it's in the air. So imitating that and making it better than what it should be is your goal. Making your environment. I grew some beautiful hydroponic peppers and tomatoes. They got so big inside, a foot, my whole shelf was filled. I had to put them outside. Humidity is everything. And it don't have to be too high or too low. Sometimes you can't control it. It's going to get high in the day. Outside, if it gets hot humidity, it rains. It's obviously you're going to have high humidity, you know. So you got to be able to control it. Dehumidifiers and humidifiers. Nah, you'll get it. It's not about that. Okay, so you want to up your skills, and this is just my point of view. You want to up your. Now, I found out that my great grandfather was actually a farmer. Um, okay, so sorry, I had a phone call. So, if you want to up your skills, I want you to get a get some pepper seeds from the store. Go buy a pepper. It sounds odd, and I want you to take out 10 seeds out of that pepper, germinate them, put them in cups, and take care of them. And do 10 tomato seeds too, but get them out of a slice of tomato. Okay? Videotape it. Treat it as if you were going to starve if those 10 plants will not survive. Treat it as you will die, and your family, your pets, will actually look at it as a survival. Don't look at it as, oh, I want to do this. I want to look at it as that you have no choice to grow this as survival. And when you look at it like that, and it's a different way to look at it, right? But if you can take 5 seeds out of a pepper, germinate them, put them in 5 separate cups. Peppers and tomatoes are going to be the hardest to grow. Also, kiwis. I'm growing some kiwis and dragon fruit. So pick, if you want to do all 4, do dragon fruit is tiny. It starts off like a hair. I started off in seed trays because I do hundreds of vegetables at a time, 500, 600. But you could do it however you want. But what I do is I start them off in seed trays. Then they go in cups, like they go in real planter cups or like solo size cups, and then they go in their forever home. But for my vegetables, the forever home is the above ground beds. So what I'm saying is grow it inside. You can grow it like I did. I still have a beautiful, I'll show it to you guys in the next couple of streams. I won't be able to right now, but I have a beautiful acorn squash growing in hydroponic soil in a fabric pot. And I also have an organic one with tomato plant in organics, 2 of them. And I sprouted them from seed that I dried from last year on a paper towel. And they're beautiful. They're only 40 days old, and they're double what I see plants at 40 days old. So at 40 days old, they're about a foot tall already. And I did have them like in a little nursery. And which see now the thing is, here's what's gonna, so here, and you'll have to feed it in 2 weeks. You'll have to feed it. You can give it IPM. You can just, now here's the thing. You're gonna be working with a very delicate, if you plant it on a paper, you can do pepper seeds on a paper towel. and then germinate them, depending how fast you want to move with it, because it takes longer if you just put them in the soil. But either way, it is a small. It is it's one of the tiniest seeds. A kiwi, a dragon fruit, a pepper seed, a tomato seed is tiny, and you baby it, you take care of it. I know that the 100 tomatoes I grew, we're gonna make fresh tomato soup and grilled cheese. It's really cool. And to know that in maybe another 30 days, I could have some tomatoes because I grew them under a small light in the kitchen for a while and work on. I treat it like a baby. I pull out when I do my seeds, whether I germinate my peppers in a napkin, because you can do it in a napkin, or just put them in the soil. When I transplant them, I treat them nice and slow. I take care of them. I did them in root plugs. I did a whole tray of peppers in root plugs, and that was the bomb. If you have the budget for that, then you're gonna have massive peppers. They get stems, and there's no way you can kill them. I grew bell. I used root plugs last year, and I used rockwool, and I grew jalapeno peppers. The plant's still alive. The plant's almost 2 years old. I don't know how it's still alive. Are you growing anything? Are you going to do anything? Summer garden, home grow 420? Are you going to do a summer garden? Oh yeah, man, definitely. I mean, if you guys are like me, I like salsa. I use peppers to cook with, and I don't want to pay $6. Peppers are $1 a piece. Tomatoes are what, four for $5.99 or $4.99. Um, so yeah, the saving money aspect, and so growing vegetables is actually a game changer and a level. It will step you up a level. Not only will you have more things to take care of, but they're more fragile. Peppers and tomatoes are some of the fragilest. The first couple of months of life, first month of life, they're so fragile. I'm doing some apples. I have um, two different types of avocados. I have about 6 avocado trees. I have another type of avocado that grows really big. So I have like 6 avocado trees. I have like 10 aloe plants, and I want to do like a lot of. I think I'm gonna make juice out of my aloe. I think I'm gonna make aloe juice. Produce is so high. If you just go, I mean, a bowl of fruits is $7.99, $5.99. It's just ridiculous. Who has the money to buy cut up fruit? One mango is $2. Like, really? And everything's got like 2 for $3. Or why can't something be like 50 cents, $1? Like, even cheaper than that. Especially fruits. Fruits are expensive. Bags of oranges, but I'm not trying to grow. I'm got 2 apple seeds from this really sweet apple. I've been drying the seeds. Um, it's a big Granny Smith. and it's still cold, so I have it in a cold area. Let's hope if I water it and keep it cold that they pop. I grew a nice apple tree a couple years ago, but then it died. It was like 2 feet tall and it just died. It never grew any leaves, but like three little leaves at the top. I'm growing pomegranate. I got pomegranate. What else did I do? Oh, purple green beans. I got black beans, um, and green beans. So I got more than enough stuff popping up. Um, and I'm doing some chili peppers. I got chilies. I got bell. Man, I got jalapeno. I got yellow, red, and there are a difference. Sweet red peppers. There is a difference between green bell and sweet red peppers. So people think that they tell you that a green bell is just an unripe yellow or a ripe red. That's not true. A bell is a bell pepper. They're very acidy. Um, and I did a whole tray of those just recently. Probably never eat them. Heck yeah, I got jalapenos. Heck yeah, I got sweet jalapenos, bro. My own jalapenos. Sweet, sweet and yellow. I crossbreed a small little yellow pepper with a jalapeno. So I took those little yellow sweet red peppers. You ever seen them? And I crossbreed it with a jalapeno, and it turns out to be a sweet jalapeno. Yeah, I got onions too. I got onions growing. We have wild onions, and I planted onions last year, and they seeded the ground, so onions come up there every year. We get what are those Italian onions? The little ones, and we get scallions. Yo yo, Justin, what's good? I tried to text you, tried to call you, homie. I was busy that day on the phone with my family. All right, man. Have a good one, man. Take care of him. Man, that sucks. I hate when they have a fever, man, the little ones. Oh man, you're so miserable. You feel so bad. Then you get sick. It's even worse when then you're not sick and they give it to you and you're like, oh, it's my children. I have to take it. Okay, I just want to make sure, man. I was talking about some amendment soil videos and all sorts of stuff. Oh, he's got the flu. Oh, don't send me that package, son. You better spray that shit down with alcohol. Wait till it's gone. Wait till it's completely gone. Thanks for coming through, Justin. I know you're busy and shit. I appreciate it, man. Wanted to do this live stream and just it's been a while. Hey, do you guys know if you get watch hours if you do StreamYards through YouTube? Do you know? Back in the day, my go-to, we don't get regular sick anymore, too. If we do, it's rare. But fucking, my go-to was chicken soup with hot sauce. Well, the only thing you can do is let your immune system like beat that shit off because literally your immune system can't fight it and defend itself. Then you won't be ready for the next one. You know, it's crazy, man. It's just dangerous getting sick nowadays. Shit's very dangerous. Hear someone cough, walk way away from them. Especially fucking if you hear them constantly coughing, you better fucking run. I don't want to get sick. That's why I didn't go up north this year for vacation to see the family or not during Christmas because, um, well, we waited and then we went earlier and then we went later. But we're not going in midwinter. There's no way. I'll go visit right before it comes for a couple of days, but I'm out of there before that shit hits. Because when you get sick in that cold weather, it sucks. You're just literally ammonia, you know, pneumonia, pomona. It's so cold, no damn sun. Your body hurts. I don't know. The atmosphere is kind of weird. The atmosphere is we're getting heat waves and cold fronts, and then snowing, and then hot, and then snowstorm, and then ice storm. And now there's an ice storm in the Midwest that's gonna hit, um, and it's like snow, rain, and ice all in one. Environment plays a key in everything. And thank you guys for coming to the stream. Thank you guys for popping in. Um, I'm grown. Justin, thank you guys for showing up. I appreciate it. Guess we're gonna call it a stream soon. Thank you guys for coming. Everybody who showed up. 2 people, dozen people popped in, but no one said anything. So they come in, they watch, they get pointers. They're making bone meal right now as we speak. They diss my channel, but they're making bone meal. It's easy stuff. We want to go back to making simple nutrients, man. You really want to go back into making very simple nutrients like they used to farm back in the day. Get the same results with organics. Get the same results. And I'm still a chef and a cook, so my YouTube channel, right now I'm taking a break from YouTube, but I'm going to stream every Wednesday. I'm going to try to stream at 8 o'clock every Wednesday, Eastern Time, Central Time, 3 hours difference. So you guys know I meant Western Time, 3 hours difference, Central Time, an hour difference. Let me correct myself before someone leaves a message and corrects me. But anyway, thank you guys for definitely coming, checking out everything. I dropped some videos. Justin, who's still here? Um, yes, there's definitely such thing as a perfect grow. It usually takes a dozen or under your belt, um, and eventually, where it all depends on where you struggle at, and the main thing is what are you using? You know, is your plant happy? Are you doing the right things? Are you overwatering it under? There's like a list of 1,000 things that could be happening, but you don't want to worry about that. You want to go back to basics. Really simple, you know? You want to go back to very simple techniques, simple farming techniques. Um, Make sure your soil's fluffy. If you're overwatering and if you're top watering, that's a no-no right there. It's going to cause problems. Um, you cook also? Heck yeah. Oh, my logo looks like Incredible Hulk. You seen it? You seen my old logo? I still have it. I have a bunch of them that were made for me. Um, but yeah, yeah. See, so what I like to do is I like to grow my food, make the videos, show you guys what I use. Um, I'm set outdoors. I'm just gonna water my vegetable garden and watch it grow now. If it doesn't rain, I water. Um, so that's basically the key. If it doesn't rain, I water. Then I'll even let it dry back outside for a day or two, and then water it again. And then if rain's coming, don't overwater it. You don't want that soil compact, suffocate your plants. Potatoes can handle that. They actually like that. But there's certain plants that can't handle that. You know what I mean? Bro, you're gonna have me laughing my ass off. I'm gonna stay around for a while because I bought so much shit that you do not even need. I'm gonna tell you right now 3 or 4 key things you need to be feeding. You said you were having problem in veg. So I feed my plants minerals and plant glucose. You can buy it for $10 a bottle. It's powder. I also feed my plants aspirin, fish emulsion, and silica. That's all they get. Then if I want to top dress them, I will. Sometimes I'll take some Himalayan sea salt and sprinkle just a little bit, like I'm salting my dinner plate. Salts make the plant uptake more nutrients. I usually don't give it Epsom salt, and if I do, I amended my soil with Epsom salt instead of putting it in liquid. Um, and then I just top dress with bone meal, and that's really it, and eggshells, and you're set. Um, I what? That's good. I claim you. I try. Thank you, man. I try to show whatever I can. I have a lot of good people I have a lot of good followers. I have a really lot of good followers. You see, I have like 9. What do I have? think I had 989 the other day, and I think I just looked and it went up. So I'm gonna hit a milestone. We're gonna hit 1K, guys. It's pretty freaking dope. Um, I want to do so. This whole episode is gonna be, you know, season one, and all my episodes now are gonna be about gardening. Every one is gonna be about gardening. We're doing no more food stuff. Garden season is here. We are talking about what we need to be successful in the garden. I can't believe, I got to show you guys later how big the tomato plants I put in my 50-gallon drums, how big they are already. It's ridiculous. Um, man, that's awesome. It wasn't from me. So, okay, so when I do my cocoa too, and I do, see, people say you can't give salt to your organics, but that is a lie because Happy Frog, I opened up the bag and I read the bag, and it has minerals and salt. And there's chunks of salt in the huge bag. Himalayan sea salt or natural mineral salt. So once your plants get big enough too, you can sprinkle. They like a little bit of salt. So look at it like this. You know how we like Gatorade and we like juice? You're basically making a Gatorade an energy drink for your plants. You're sprinkling a little salt, some molasses, even though I don't recommend using molasses because it brings too many bugs. You want to eliminate bugs, don't even use molasses. Um, buy some type of cow mag that's designed for it. But use an aspirin, drop an aspirin in a 5-gallon bucket. Damn, you ran back on your fourth day of veg. It's okay, you learn, man. And that's the thing. If you know what, it's better to learn and get a technique down packed. Okay? So it's better for you to start learning from your mistakes and learn the right way and teach yourself so you're not like an old dog that can't learn new tricks. You learned one way, you're consistent at what you do, it's your way. It's just the way I am. I do everything one way. I'm consistent at what I do. I'm comfortable at mixing my soils. I'm comfortable at using what I use, and that's how I do it. I know, actually, what really helps is over the past, actually, I've only mastered feeding, to be honest, over the past year, 2 years. I've just really mastered it. And not only feeding, but pre-amending the soil. Anytime I did organics, I always had problems. Never had problems, and with anything else. Even my tomato plants were starting to turn yellow, and I didn't know what was wrong. I was just using old soil I never re-amended my soil. I thought I knew what I was doing. I bought some soil, tried to use it 2 times. It was like, wow, why is you know, everything will go well. Everything will go well. There's a couple of really good books that I read. There's one called like The Grower's Guide to Cultivation. Uh, just look up The Grower's Guide to Cultivation, and it tells you everything. I just spoke to my cousin. Um, me and him used to be into buying like all the magazines, like High Times, Cheech and Chong, stuff like that. And he said, "Remember the book we bought back in the 90s?" And I was like, "What book?" He's like, "It was at our house." And I'm like, he's like, we chipped on it, remember? I'm like, I don't even know what he's talking about. He's like, we bought a book on how to garden and grow. And I was like, no, I don't even remember. But books and reading and like watching, and I wouldn't recommend watching a bunch of YouTubers because there's too much bro knowledge and there's too many people telling other people what to do that really haven't tested it yet. And if it is, they think it worked and they're not getting there. Your plant, when it should not look all dried up and shriveled looking when you go to harvest. Your plant should still be healthy. Whenever you harvest a fruit, a tomato, a vegetable off a plant, it should still look nice. It shouldn't look dying. And the same goes for any other fruit or flower, especially a flower, because you want it to be healthy and look beautiful. Um, you know, so you got to look at it as every day is a learning. You know, I used to have so many problems with so many different things. I didn't know how to feed. I didn't know how to do this. I didn't know. One day I just mastered it. Um, Preparate your water and your feed is very critical. Your water, your feed is going to be um, very important, and the soil that you're in if you're using organics. I even do half organics and cocoa and feed synganics, and it works great. Works great. So don't use a bunch of fucking Epsom salt on your plant. You're gonna kill your plants if you use Epsom salt. Just yes, I said that on the gardening. You can put Epsom salt outside on a tomato plant when they're flowering. Okay, give them potassium, magnesium, but lightly because you'll burn the plant. People give it Epsom salt its whole life. You're destroying the plant. The plant can't handle salt. Now, if you give it Himalayan sea salt, okay, and make an energy drink, you're good. You use sea salt, a little molasses, a little fish poop, you're ready to go. And aspirin, you're ready to go. Bubble it, let that bubble. Bubble your water first, then bubble it. Once about 2 or 3 hours, you'll see that nice witch's brew at the top. Foam, it's ready to feed. Definitely use a pH pen if you're not using one. Um, and that's just what I do. You know what I mean? That's what I try to do. You know, I try to make it easy for me right now. That's the goal. I don't want I don't want three different types of nutrients. I don't want bloom, veg, start. I just want I see, but instead I do a veg mixture of everything, you know? I do like a little witch's brew is what I call it. I'm a wizard, you know? Um, so I do my little wizard mix. That's a wizard sound. I don't know, or a motor, whatever. But so I do my little wizard mix. You know what I mean? I'm a mad scientist. You know, I mix the aspirin. You know, the 5 gallons of water, a little fish poop. You know, a little molasses, a little sea salt. You know what I mean? Huh? Huh? You picking up what I'm putting down. You know, don't be afraid to throw a Tums in there either. You won't regret it. But also, um, now they sell pills that are actually like Tums and aspirin to feed your plants, and people buy them where you could just be buying an aspirin. Yep. Tums has magnesium, phosphorus, potassium, zinc, iron. Yep. I said it too. You can feed your plants Tums. Yep. The cheap fruit flavored Tums from like Walmart or even the dollar store. I said it. And you can use 1 tablet per 5 gallons of water. And the aspirin. Also, the plant glucose, see, that's a good mixture. You put the plant glucose in there, which is basically all the sugars and liquids. Cheers, whoever just came in. Thank you guys for coming in. I'd say hit the like. I don't think there is a like for StreamYards, but if there is, hit the like anyway. So plant glucose minerals, it's about $8 a bottle, and it's a powdered gel from the sap of different types of vegetables and plants. It has magnesium, phosphorus, it has everything. Vitamin D, calcium, vitamin A, but it's all made with plant glucose minerals, and it's refined into a powder. You take this powder and you put it in a little bit of water. And I did give my tomatoes outside plant glucose. I am feeding them plant glucose. It's not hormones. It's not steroids. It's not nothing bad. Plant glucose is just the liquid that is extracted from the plants. And it works great. What it does is plant glucose doesn't feed the plant. Just like if you guys know, when you're not feeding the plant, you're feeding the soil when you're in organics. The plant glucose is plant material that the microbes can eat. And as soon as it gets digested, it becomes readily available. Meaning readily available, that means as soon as the microbes start eating it, which is as soon as you water it, your plant can begin to absorb that nutrients. It's a proven fact. A lot of farmers started using plant glucose because, and also you can make your own plant glucose, which is another witch's brew, which is getting a bunch of weeds from your yard. Make sure it's not full of bugs or doesn't have a plant virus, where you're pulling your weeds from your garden, or when you cut your grass with your lawn bag, you can take plant glucose is the clear white cells in the plant. You can take your grass cuttings and soak them in 5-gallon buckets with water with a little bit of sugar and even bread, and create your own yeast and create your own plant glucose. This liquid that will form, we'll see it start to bubble and rot. You throw away your organic stuff on the top and you keep the liquid. You have to dilute that liquid. It is going to be very strong. Shit, I'm going off the top of my head right now. But I do have some notes and a bunch of stuff written down on a clipboard that I'd like to share with you guys, maybe next Wednesday or the next couple of nights, about plant glucose and then about feeding liquid salts, about feeding regimens, about carbon, adding carbon to your organic soil, which is the glue of your soil, because you have some carbon in there for microbes to eat and for it to break down, and it holds everything together. Carbon is the glue of organic soil. And you can make your own carbon by, I have a little coffee grinder and I put corn husk, nutshells, sometimes leaves. What else do we put in there? There's other things you can put. You're looking at all dried carbon that is dried. What's that? Corn husk, the inside and the outside, completely dried in the sun to where it's like ash, where it dries apart to ash. When you touch it, it just crumbles. You break that down into a powder, and you keep that when you amend your soil. And what it does is It's just like the same concept when you buy soil and you see the chunks of inhappy frog that have bark or stuff like that. That is going to readily be available and break down over time for the plant to absorb. Yo, yo, what's up? Yo, yo. I got a new phone, so right now I'm kind of working half and half, computer, phone. I'm not going to be able to stream from YouTube or come into anybody's lives right now, but I will like everybody's live. And I hit your live today, Detroit, at work, gave you a like, and then popped back out. So I am watching. I was just busy. Thank you guys for all popping in. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah, I popped into your channel. So I think you were taking a dab. I gave you a like, but I had to go back to what I was doing. And I'm going to be doing the StreamYard with clips of gardening and stuff. Thank you guys for coming in. I should we're keeping the stream real PG. PG. This is the oyster meal, guys. This is kind of how you want it right here. Really fine granules. This is the bone meal, crab meal, and I added biochar, which is halfway burned wood right here. So this is what it should look like. Take out all your big chunks and use this. It's like gold, full of minerals. All right, we're probably gonna call it a stream soon. All right, everybody. So I appreciate everybody sliding through and sticking and staying. And if you watch this stream after the show, I appreciate you guys. Don't forget to leave a comment, say what's up. If you want to know anything about gardening, ask a question. And that's it, guys. We're going to be signing out for the show. Everyone have a great night. Peace out. Bless up. Be strong. Keep your head up. Never give up on your dreams. And like I say, nothing easy is going to be good. And nothing good is going to be easy. Peace out. What's good? What's good? Shout out to everyone. This is the end of our show, but if you guys are going to stick around and ask questions, if you stick and stay, we always chill. So anyway, guys, so definitely we talked about amending soil on this episode. This is episode 1 in our first season, actually, guys. We're finishing it off. It's about amending soil, and I dropped a couple of clips and showed you guys how we amended our soil with different type of stuff that were basically readily available to us that we have at home, like eggshells, coffee grinds, lobster shells, bones, and oyster shells. Those are things that are readily available and thrown away that can be used in your garden. So, I just hit those topics, and that's what I wanted to say today is it's very simple to create your own nutrients on an affordable budget, going back to basics, guys. So let's, make it easier. It's 2025. People want to save money regardless, even if we have money put away or we're ready for the next year or whatever happens. You still want to save money on growing and with prices of food. And I'd rather have my food grown by me and touched by me before anybody else touches it. Number one, I'd also like to know what it's grown with, like eggshells, bone, and lobster. So I know that it's not being sprayed with pesticides. So that's another great reason why everyone should want to grow food at home. Thank you guys so much for coming to the podcast. This is I Am Green Giant. And like we do at the end of every show, we always sign out and say peace, love, happiness, bless up everyone. Nothing easy is going to be good, and nothing good is going to be easy. Peace out, everyone.